We use consciousness as a vehicle. We imprinted, see, from the unstated assumption of science. It's impossible, okay? Experiments in the past, you could take some very advanced yogis and they could produce phenomena.
Right.
But in general, people are not reliable on a day-to-day basis. So what we did to introduce consciousness to 4 target experiments, well-designed target experiments, we imprinted consciousness into a little electronic box.
Wow.
And then we used the electronic box. We switched it on in a space where we were gathering background data, experimental data, and it had a specific intention in the box.
The box itself. So the consciousness imprinted into the box.
We did it from a deep meditative state, 4 people. And we've done it with 6, we've done it with 2. My wife and I were 2 to imprint our laboratory here.
And you imprinted an intention.
An intention into a little simple electronic device. It's the kind of thing that you could get at Radio Shack in the 1950s.
And it could record the electromagnetic...
It would be a host for it.
I see.
Okay?
Okay.
It is not electromagnetic energy.
Right.
And the way we showed that was after we had imprinted a device. We have an unimprinted device and an imprinted device. We could separate them by 100 meters, turn them off electrically, and just to see what happened. And in 3 to 5 days, the unimprinted device picked up the imprint. Okay?
Wow.
And it could influence an experiment just the way this other one could.
Right.
But the boxes were off electrically. So there was no information transfer via electromagnetic radiation that we know of.
Right.
Right.
So therefore...
Therefore, there has to be another communication channel in the universe that orthodox science is not aware of.
Right. And so with your experiments...
We then developed theories, but basically I had the theories, or expanded the theories all the time.
Right.
When I came back from England after having done this inner work and came to the awareness that this was much more important to humanity than the work I was doing at Stanford, I decided I had to keep my day job, but I could get rid of my government committee work and my professional committee work, and I could give up being department chair, which I did. And then I used that time in 3 ways. Continued experiential development of self, that was a third of the time, that's very important. Second, continuing the theoretical development to understand how these two could be connected.